two of my favorite games of all time are Mario Maker 2 and Geometry Dash. I have about 200 or 300 hours on Geometry Dash, and I've beaten some of the hardest levels in the game, such as the Nightmare, the Lightning Road, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. And then there's Mario Maker 2, which is 100% my favorite game ever made. I have way too many hours on it. I'm not going to say a number, but I'm just going to say it's over 1,000. But the thing is, I haven't really had much time to play Geometry Dash because my whole channel is about Mario. So what if I bring Geometry Dash into Mario Maker 2? Well, that's exactly what this comment here wants me to do, so let's get on with it. In Geometry Dash, there are a lot of different game modes, but for this video, I'm only going to recreate the cube, which is the main one, and then the ship as well. Okay, so starting off with the cube, I knew that there was two options I could have done. And I started off by choosing the laziest option possible, which was literally just placing ground in the shape of Stereo Madness, and then just having Mario play through it. Luckily, about halfway through, I just decided that was way too simple for a full video, so I decided to go with the second option instead. I placed bullet bill blasters on tracks going right, I put Mario in between them, and whenever a spike would come by, Mario would just have to jump over it. But there was one part about doing this that I didn't really like. You can control your jump height, and obviously in Geometry Dash you can't do that. So now I had to come up with an actual good option for this. At this point, I literally had no clue what to do. I spent a while thinking. I couldn't really think of anything. But then finally, I just realized the SMB2 mushroom in the Ground Knight team actually jumps with you. So I switched it to Ground Knight team, got out the SMB2 mushroom, and it actually worked out. You can't control your jump height. All you do is just press A and then the SMB2 mushroom jumps. So now that I finally had something that actually worked, I just had to start making the level. So I made a tromp trigger on an off switch, and then Mario just gets pushed over by a spring and then brought up by a moving platform. And that was pretty simple to make. Now I actually had to get the SMB2 mushroom to spawn in. This made it come through a pipe, so it's guaranteed to always spawn in at the same time. And I also made the level auto-scroller as well. So the level's mostly going to be Stereo Madness. It will be changed a lot once it gets onto the ship section. But to start off, it's basically Stereo Madness. So there's one spike, then two spikes in a row. Then there's just three platforms going up, and now here's where it kind of starts to change. So before I get on to showing off the rest of the level, while I was making this, I was trying to make it in sync with the Stereo Madness music, just in case I actually wanted to make my own. And the way you make music in Mario Maker 2 is basically every single enemy in the game, every single item and stuff like that, coins falling, random stuff. Every single thing makes a different sound depending on how high they up are in the level, or what enemy or item they are. So there's a lot of options I had to choose from. I ended up going with red and green Koopas for the first section, just kind of changing between them every note, and actually sounded alright. Here's how it sounded. But I also did want a bit of a beat drop, not too much because I wanted to save the main part for the ship section. So I started using Mecha Koopas, I think they're called, and I used the red ones just kind of for light noise in the background. And by the time I had fully finished the music, I was basically done with the cube section. So I was kind of making the level as I was making the music. And the way it ends off actually sounds really, really good, I think. It's like the bombs are getting exploded with the beat. Okay, so I basically knew from the start how I was going to do the ship section, because there's basically no way I can actually make a controllable ship in Mario Maker 2. So I just decided to get Skull Coaster to go in like a set path, and all you have to do is jump over some spikes while you're going along. The music's definitely better here. I'll show you how it sounds when I'm showcasing the level at the end of the video. But this gameplay was pretty simple to make. Basically just going on Skull Coasters, jumping over a few sections, and at one point you have to like land back on the Skull Coaster, which is probably the hardest part because I've already uploaded the level, and it has about a 3% completion rate, which is pretty low. And for the music in this section, I didn't really want to just continue on from the last section because that would be getting barely any part of Stereo Madness' music. So I went on to the part right at the end where you're in the red section and the music's kind of a little bit more intense. And the music went through a lot of stages. At one point it literally just started off straight away into the beat drop and never got any better, which kind of felt bad. So it starts off pretty quiet, and near the end there's a lot of drums and everything coming into it. I think while making this level I actually got really, really good at making music levels. Maybe you might think it sounds bad. I think it sounds alright, at least. I wouldn't listen to it on the radio or anything, but it sounds definitely alright for Mario Maker. But anyways, I'm done talking about how the level is made now. Now I'm actually going to show you it. But before I do that, I want to ask you two things. First of all, subscribe, because I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers before summer, and I definitely think we can do it now. And second of all, go onto Mario Maker and type in my Maker ID and play some of my levels. Maybe comment if you think they're good or bad. I don't really care what you say. Oh wait, no, I didn't mean it in that way. I mean, if you say something bad, I don't really mind. But anyways, here's the level.